All right, Jacob, a quick second video here. Now I'm on the bottom lot. There's that American flag I pointed out earlier. This is the more traditional setup, Perkins Motorplex. This is one of our service centers where we do our check-in and stuff. All right, so I talked to the guys here, got this hood popped. Let me show you something. I even showed them the pictures so they knew I wasn't crazy. There are no holes. There's where it looked like there was one, and somewhere maybe right there is where it looked like. So there's not any holes drilled at all. We didn't do anything. All we noticed was that these are the drains. Okay. When I took that video earlier, let's see if I can do this without latching it. Remember I said there was some fresh morning dew. All right, so the dew accumulates on this air vent here and it drains out through this hole right here. So that drains the water, any excess water, you know, rainwater, whatever. Well, that comes out in those spots that we were pointing out earlier. So we just cleaned this up. So there's one of them right there. So what you saw was perfectly round wet spots. I even showed him the pictures, like, but this looks like he's like, yeah, that looks like a hole, but it wasn't a hole because there's not a hole there. We didn't replace this. It was just wet. Perfectly round wet spots from the morning dew. The rest of it had dried, but not that. All right, so there's enough of that. I had him pop off those two things that were on the edge of there, and he was like, so I don't know an alternator from a radiator, I told you that, but I'm proud of myself because I was right. He said whatever that switch was doing was pulling straight from there. He said it was very low voltage pull. He could tell by the wiring. He's like, it was nothing. He's like, it definitely had to be some sort of light. He noticed that this switch literally will just spin off. Give me just a second here. So this spins off, but now you got a little hole there. He said you do not have to go through the dash to do this. He's like, this piece just pops right off, and he showed me. I'm not going to do it, but he's like, that piece pops right off. It's separate from the whole thing. He's like, you can slide in one through there. He's like, but you can actually also reach that, I believe, through here. Obviously with the vehicle off, you don't want to be digging in there with it on. He's like, so could have done it a couple different ways. He's like, this piece right here actually is not a real expensive piece. So any other truck of this age with this same dash, it's gonna have that piece on there. He's like, you can buy it on Amazon if you want. He said, or you can leave it. And so now you got your power connection there where you can wire. He's like, his guess, I was like, what? So what was it? He said, my guess is that it was a glow underneath. So like people will do like a light underneath, you know, like some sort of glow light. He said, or they ran it to the back because there's no holes drilled on the body anywhere for like an add-on light package or whatever. He's like, some guys will run a light off of the hitch or maybe in the bed. Better lighting in the bed, better lighting when backing up. Maybe like a style light or something like that possible, but there's some insight for you. I don't mind the way the switch looks, but I know you said you're not an aftermarket guy, so possibly a little black replacement spot right here. This stuff can stay, and this just pops off right around it. So there you go. That is hopefully a little more insight on the truck. Very pleased with it.